My name's Allan Sandilands. I'm a principal consultant with Resource Futures. We are an environmental consultancy who specialise in resources and waste and trying to find ways to work with businesses, households and government to try and reduce the amount of waste that's produced and increase the value. Circular construction is so important because we are the elephant in the room. We are the largest waste producing sector in the country by tonnage. We are also the largest consumer of raw materials. So we need the circular economy and its principles to start to work with us to minimise the amount of waste that we're using and to increase the value in what we actually use and try and increase that so that we don't waste anything that we don't have to, we don't use any materials that we don't have to, and the construction industry as a whole has a lot of efficiency improvements that it can make by adopting circular materials or business models. The skills that are required to help facilitate the circular economy in construction are multiple, to be honest, because the circular economy isn't delivered by any one practice or any one tradesperson. It goes from the client down through the designer to the contractor to the material producers, even to the demolition companies involved in the sector. And every one of them needs to look at how they can increase value in their appreciation of it. So how can we recover more materials rather than going down the simplest route of just recycling? Can we reuse it? Can we repair it? Just now we're in the Resource Efficient House, which was a project by Zero Waste Scotland and involved a number of development partners. And the idea was, could Zero Waste Scotland put their money where their mouth is and try and be a client and specify a high level of performance and challenge the design team, challenge the construction industry to say, we want to produce less waste when we build this house. But because it's resource efficient, it has to be energy efficient, it has to be water efficient, and every material in the building has a story behind it and why it was selected. Even the flooring that we're standing on just now was reclaimed timber from an old high school. So it was sourced from a timber merchant and it's been reused. Paint that is on the walls behind us just now is recycled paint. Whatever energy we use to run the house will be offset by the energy generation from our solar PV panels. That was a crucial selling point of the house, is that we wanted to try and get a level of airtightness that can mainly be achieved by building off-site. What we tried to show in this project is that you can have quality without compromising on environmental performance as well. I think, like any construction project, when you reflect back on it, there are always things that could have went better, things that we could have done differently. There was a lot of over-engineering in this project because it was a one-off. We weren't building 20 of these in a row. We were piloting things, so there was probably more materials used in this building than would traditionally be. So from a resource efficient point of view, that doesn't tie in very well. Some of the products that we did try, from a circular point of view, I mentioned earlier the recycled coffee cups into the worktop. That product works very well, but it does come with constraints. So you can't use certain cleaning products on that type of surface. It's something that we found out to our detriment when our cleaners came in one night and cleaned it up. So I think it's about being aware of the constraints of the products that you're choosing and not expecting things that are unrealistic.